Welcome to the battle bridge of the USS Emmett. This is symbolic because I'm here going into battle against the regressive forces within America and the world that want to take us backwards. Star Trek has always been woke because at no time in its history has it ever been sleeping through a cultural revolution.
You coming?
Cryptography is working on it, sir.
Give it the spark.
Didn't quite get that, Mr. Sound.
Nothing, sir.
Repeat it.
I was suggesting that Mr. Spock could probably translate it for you, sir.
I assume you're complimenting Mr. Spock on his ability to decode.
I'm not sure, sir.
Well, here's one thing you can be sure of, mister. Leave any bigotry in your quarters. There's no room for it on the bridge. Do I make myself clear?
You do, sir.
And with the troubling rise of racism we are seeing, it's time to remember those gains we collectively made, already paying the price. We will never forget those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, not only on the battlefields in the Civil War, but on the battlefields of the Civil Rights Movement, and even following that up until today, the 250th anniversary of America, and the 85th anniversary of Emmett Till's death. They may have murdered Emmett, but he is now immortalized forever in Star Trek canon, with this starship commissioned in his name. It is a fitting starship to hold my Spaceship Earth Crew Fellowship of Trek vlogs, and to appeal to the power of possibility within you, to defeat the worst within us. Because fans of Star Trek know that the future is not yet written. We know we are not doomed to live out fulfillment of Star Trek's timeline, where World War III erupts this year, and the United States undergoes a second civil war.
Our conflict also started with a fight for freedoms. We called it the Second Civil War, then the Eugenics War, and finally, just World War III. This was our last day. The day the Earth we knew ceased to exist. What began as an eruption in one nation ended in the eradication of 600,000 species of animals and plants and 30% of Earth's population. Global suicide. What we gave you is the means to exterminate yourselves. And from the looks of you, you're gonna do it. You'll use competing ideas of liberty to bomb each other to rubble just like we did. And then your last day will look just like this.
We can stop this nightmare before it unfolds any further. And sometimes that means calling a spade a spade.
This week, families in Eagle County, Colorado experienced another type of cruelty that fits into this administration's playbook. They found death cards held up in the automobiles of their family members who were taken away by ICE agents. These cards, I hold one up here, have a history of being used by white supremacist groups to intimidate people of color. Death cards is what they call them. These cards found in Colorado had the address and the phone number of the Aurora ICE detention facility printed on them. Aurora is a sister city, neighboring city to Denver. Now imagine just for a second that you haven't heard from your brother, your sister, and when you finally find their empty, abandoned car, it has one of these death cards sitting in the driver's seat. I mean, this is cruelty for the sake of cruelty. And it fits into the troubling pattern that we're seeing come from some of the top officials in the White House.
I would say that the white church is very different than the black church in terms of its tone and style on average. Food ways could often be different.
And those are
Music-
being erased.
music could be different.
And those are being erased.
Music could be different. Well, if you look at the Super Bowl halftime show, which was not in English this year.
So our ability to access white churches or white food or white music is being erased.
I am concerned with the majority common American culture that we had for some time that through particularly mass immigration, I think has become much more balkanized, and I think that weakens us. And again, I'm not running away from that comment. I'm not apologizing for it.
Well, I'm way over my time. I think you're struggling to answer this question, right? Because underlying your beliefs is a sentiment that white culture is just simply better.
Let's not make the mistake of creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. It may be tempting to call your opposition Nazis, but that's not what we need them to become if we are to win the race for our future without the nightmare. We ultimately want to transform them, to imagine a new paradigm in alignment with the highest reality of this universe. And I've been subjected to these realities through Star Trek and other great science fiction films, like Contact.
Some celestial event. No words. They should have said the poet.
So beautiful. Beautiful.
So beautiful. So beautiful. I had no idea.
I'm not saying it will be easy. Even I fell into the trap of giving the opposition what they want, playing along with their good versus evil objectives. As you can see, I fell into that trap at a Stop ICE rally I attended. A Trump supporter pulled up in his car and started calling me and some of my new friends clowns.
Yeah, why we're here.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Sorry you feel
Thank
that
you.
way.
Thank you. Yeah, go Empire! Go Empire! Yeah! Go Empire! Yeah! Destroy the rebellion! Destroy them! Yeah!
You don't like it, get the fuck out! You don't like your opinion. Look at these fucking clowns! Oh, look at them! Fucking clowns!
I wasn't surprised because it fits the same narrative pattern of their dear leader, demonizing the opposition, dehumanizing them, making them out to be less than human.
American politics today is between these far-left fascists led by Harris and her group. We have a fascist person running who's incompetent. She's a Marxist, communist, fascist, socialist. She's not actually a socialist. She's gone past that. Somebody's got to explain this woman. This is a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist.
So I automatically defaulted to the absurd thought that Trump thrives on spectacle. And what greater spectacle has brought so many Americans together for decades than Star Wars? So Trump may reason that in order to create the greatest spectacle America is capable of, he must create Star Wars in the world for real. And it fits the pattern I've already seen. The creator of Star Wars himself warning James Cameron about that we're in the midst of the death of our democracy.
At the situation now, where America is so proud of being the biggest economy, the most powerful military force on the planet, it's become the empire from the perspective of a lot of people around the world.
It was the empire during the Vietnam War. But we never learned, from England or Rome or, a dozen other empires that went on for hundreds of years or sometimes thousands of years. We never got it. We never said, well, wait, this isn't the right thing to do. And we're still struggling with it.
And they fall because of failure of leadership or government often. And
Mostly
you have a great line, which is, so this is how liberty dies.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
We're in the middle of it right now.
To thunderous applause.
Never in my life did I think I would like to see a dictator. But if there's going to be one, I want it to be Trump.
Exactly. It was a condemnation of populism in a science fiction context.
And I see Republicans like this vlogger compare Barack Obama to a Jedi Knight trainer, clearly showing his preference to side with the empire.
Got the shadow government that's going on in Washington. He's moved to Washington. He's sending out, 25 to 30,000 protesters at a time. He's training them. I mean, he is literally the Saul Alinsky Jedi Knight trainer right now.
And then we saw Scott Jennings argue on CNN, defending Emperor Palpatine.
I think it's time that we took a different look and a new look at the reign of Emperor Palpatine. I think maybe, I mean, you did a podcast on this. I think he's getting a bad rap. And look what he did. He took on an entrenched deep state at the Jedi Council. He tried to bring order to the, he wanted free and fair and reciprocal trade around the galaxy.
Blew up Alderaan.
Protected law and order. Well, I think some could argue that it was warranted given their rebellious activities. I mean, he defended the empire against unelected hippies and violent protesters. I'm just saying, it's been a while. We may need to take a look at this again and say, was he right? And maybe it's time to take a different look at his leader.
Was Palpatine right about everything?
And not only that, Elon Musk and Trump posted images of themselves wielding red Sith lightsabers. Like all of us, I know I can do better. I can refuse to let MAGA occupy enemy space inside my mind because I don't like being manipulated by anyone's dark side. I want to tap into a higher power, far more potent, to be redeemed and transformed by higher consciousness, promoted in all good science fiction, and especially Star Trek. Computer, play back footage of that man from the rally, but this time show his consciousness transformed. Now at peace, put him on the cosmic beach from Carl Sagan's Contact, where he connects with an alien superintelligence. We can begin a new path forward of transforming enemies into allies, showing them a reality so powerful and profound. They would want to join a cause greater than themselves and all of us. So when it happens again, I'm going to visualize these MAGA and even myself being transformed through the enlightenment of superintelligence. This chronic illness of Lyme disease I've been fighting for so long has been getting much worse this month and making me pause my objectives for this group. The reason being, I always feel inadequate to move forward when I'm feeling like this, when I'm barely able to proceed. That's why I love Star Trek and science fiction so much, because there's so many potent ideas in their stories that connect us to how we feel inside more deeply. And this scene from Avatar 3 with the character Kiri really spoke to me on a lot of levels. She's trying to connect with a higher power to end all the suffering and war that's getting worse. And that's been my objective for years. But like Kiri, I feel locked out. It's an uphill battle that is destroying my body and mind in the form of this illness. There's some kind of firewall that's blocking me, both for healing individually and collectively. My hope is that this Fellowship of Trek will be a vehicle of connecting me to people who share this dream, and something I could never do on my own becomes possible if there are allies by my side, helping push me forward as I push them. Like raindrops coming together to start a waterfall. Just maybe we can change the future. I'm not giving up because I believe in this vision. I believe in the power of possibility. I'm up to date so far with my dream and completing this watch list for 2026. But I'm a little behind on making the pages for my book. But I've realized I can't let it stop me. I've got to push forward, no matter how small a step I'm able to take. So this is my step today. And I just want to talk about one episode of Star Trek, because I was originally going to wait until I was ready to present all the episodes I saw of the original series and the animated series going in sequential order. But that's going to take a little while longer. I just got to stop being a perfectionist and do what I'm able. So the episode I saw recently was Star Trek The Next Generation, Home Soil. In this episode, the Enterprise stops at a planet that is in the process of being terraformed by scientists who plan on using technology to convert the planet into a Class M world that can support life.
Now, it takes very special people to live in such desolation.
Visionaries who don't see the planet as it is, but as it will be.
I've always wanted to see terraforming in operation.
This was a great episode about the need for humility to replace arrogance and blindness. It turned out the scientists, in their rush to create life, were really about to murder an inorganic life form without even knowing it.
Picard, I must point out again that we were assured, not once but many times, by the best scientific minds in the Federation, that this planet has no life. No life. And we were not looking. And therefore we did not see.
When the Enterprise beams up tiny fragments of the soil, parts of the life form start growing and expanding its power, eventually connecting to the ship's computer.
Environmental systems fail to respond to command, Captain. It appears the microbrain has successfully interfaced with our computers.
When it comes close to destroying the Enterprise, the crew realize it was using light as a power source. Riker dims the lights in the lab enough to stop its seizing control. The life form and the crew make a compromise in the end and are able to beam it back to the planet safely, while placing a quarantine warning on the life form's world, assuring that nobody else would disturb it.
Captain's log, stardate 41464.8. I have declared an indefinite quarantine for Valhalla 3, and we are now returning to Starbase with the 3 surviving terraformers.
This was an overall very memorable episode about respect for life, no matter how unconventional it may look to us. And my all-time favorite was how this alien life form describes human beings.
Ugly, giant bags of mostly water.
Bags of mostly water?
An accurate description of humans, sir. You are over 90% water surrounded by a flexible container.
This is what I love most about Star Trek. It teaches great humility and respect for the unknown, even if it is something so alien that just appears as flashing lights in sand. This is what I want to do every day this year, is talk about the big ideas in this show and in the movies. And as I do this, I'll patiently wait here for my bridge crew to join me. The place that transcends all the insanity going on in our world, where we can rest in the beauty of its symbolism. A bridge is known to unite two divides. And in this show, it's a place where family bonds transcend race and biology. This is where we learn to appreciate our differences and take delight in the beautiful stained glass tapestry of diversity that is our humanity. And the viewport on the bridge is where we explore the wonder and beauty that is our cosmos, while inspiring us all to dream of a day where humanity teams up to build its first working starship, to explore, not wage world war. As Gene Roddenberry revealed, the Federation starship is a metaphor for our spaceship Earth, where the bridge crew leads diverse humans from all across Earth. From the bridge, a sacred space, commanding our greatest allegiance and highest potential in a unified ship, partaking in the greatest adventure of all time, freeing ourselves from self-destruction to live long and prosper, see what's out there, and to go where no one has gone before. This is our destination, with Project 2035's declaration our rallying cry. Humanity is now free to explore the universe without danger of self-destructing. We may not be ready for first contact and the United Federation of Planets, but we can clearly see humanity is ready to begin moving now towards a united Federation of Nations.